Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the first thing that Gachagua did when they took over office was to go and put up a UDA office in Nyeri County. Nyeri County is the home county to Rigathi Gachagua. And that office was referred to as UDA Regional Office for Mount Kenya Region. So it is a Mount Kenya UDA Regional Office. I have never seen a UDA Regional Office in Western, not even in Rift Valley, not even in Nairobi, not even in Nyanza. But they have specific office in every county. But for Gachagua, it was specific regional office where all counties depend on. Now with that move, Ruto was clever. He saw it and he knew this is a plan B for Gachagua in case anything backfires. That was where Gachagua was going to use to control Mount Kenya region politics. Such that in case he break up with Ruto, then that office is going to control his politics. If there will be any other office under that regional office, then it will be turned into that new, maybe political party. And that's how he will grow the network for his new move. Now with all this, we have seen now the other way Ruto is trying to downplay Gachagua. And indeed, the indication is that Ruto might not have Gachagua on ballot as his running mate in 2027. It is evidently clear. New names are now popping up. Ndindi Nyoro from Mount Kenya. We hear of Musalia Mudavadi here and other people. So Gachagua's position is at risk. Gachagua is in panic. He's living in fear. He's not sure of tomorrow political move. Now, Ndindi Nyoro has been endorsed that Nyeri has produced a president, now a deputy president, another vice president. So it is time for Muranga and elsewhere that you have to serve for one term as a DP. Iyo mambo yengine wachia Ndindi Nyoro. Then Mudavadi comes in. Now, the Nyeri governor Mutahi Kahiga is coming out to fight back. This is a man, when he speaks, you know that Gachagua is speaking. So he's telling how he's not happy the manner in which UDA affairs is being run. You hear of Cleophas Malala, a man who has now been mentioned severally, especially when Malala reorganized the secretariat of UDA party. Wanasema ameweka Waluya wengi ni kama chama ni ya Waluya, lakini kura zilitoka Mount Kenya. So according to him, 3 million votes from Mount Kenya, 1.5 from Rift Valley. Western just brought 0.6, 600,000 votes only. So you cannot take a UDA party and hand over the top leadership to Western region when they brought nothing. That in Western we have two political parties. Ford Kenya for Bungoma. The rest is ODM. Sasa akifika hapo, you start questioning the issue of Mudavadi. I'm telling you, this war is serious and is daring the leadership and is demanding that top leadership should be given to Mount Kenya region as the war continues.
That I'm very, very uncomfortable with the people who never voted for Dr. William Ruto now coming and purporting to be people who should be telling, like for example, I have said it again and I'll repeat, I am very uncomfortable with the position of Secretary General of the UDA party going to one Mheshimiwa Cleo Malala. I want to be told what votes he is bringing to the table. Western, and this is a fact, belongs to two parties, Ford Kenya for Bungoma and ODM for the rest, Vihiga and Kakamega. The total combined was 600,000 votes. While we thank them for that number of votes, they were only pouring the 600 into 3 million that we gave and 1.5 that came from Rift Valley. Even if Mwalimu wangu.
Now we are continuing this panel discussion by just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, if someone has not whispered to Gachagua, but I'm sure he's aware of this, he cannot fight within UDA and win. Ruto tried in Jubilee, he failed. In Kenya, party leader is more powerful than the party they lead, which is wrong. It should not be this way, but that's how our politics is. Ukitoa Raila kwa ODM haitakuwa. Ukitoa Ruto kwa UDA, there will be no UDA. Wetangula akiama kwa Ford Kenya akitolewa, hakutakuwa na kitu kama hiyo. So because of this, UDA is Ruto and Ruto is UDA. You can't fight him within. You can only fight him from outside. How do you do that? Gachagua should prepare to go and register his own political party. If you want to win this war, you can't win from inside. So that any other time, when you are negotiating with Ruto or whoever else, you come with your numbers, unasema nimeleta kura 3,000,000 ukiwa uko na chama chako. Lakini sio chama cha Mheshimiwa Ruto. Because Ruto will tell you that I was funding this campaign, I gave my money, and my money worked. Mtu ambia Gachagua kabisa. How much did he invest in the UDA party? Running a presidential campaign, you need billion, not less than 4 billion shillings. So while they say they brought the number, and Ruto is saying that I had an input of my money. So the only way for Gachagua to negotiate with Ruto ni yeye akuwe na chama chake. Then they can sit on the same table like any other person, then they negotiate. In that way, Ruto will have no option. And Gachagua is doing this too late. Why is it that they never thought of registering a political party and going into a coalition with William Ruto through that party? Wakaamua tu waingie kwa UDA na wakaona sasa mambo yako sawa. Mambo hayako sawa. What if they will be talking about 3 million votes when they have a political party? That would be a huge threat to William Ruto. You can't fight Ruto within UDA and win. You cannot. Their indications are very clear that Ruto is behind the fight and the push to have Gachagua as a one-term deputy. Ruto has no any interest for going on ballot with Rigathi Gachagua in the next election. If push come to a corner, Ruto can decide to have Gachagua on ballot. But after that election, Gachagua will be thrown out. And it will be worse for him because we know how Ruto was dealt with by Uhuru Kenyatta, but Ruto was a seasoned politician. Huyu ni one-term member of parliament, now a deputy. Then vile alipandishwa hivi tu, ataangushwa chini, pap, hatakuwa na mahali pa kwenda. With zero experience. When he speaks, it backfires on the government. It is venom that comes out of him. So experience is also sometimes good. So again, in the current situation we are seeing, in the statement from Mutahi Kahiga, this can also be a scheme by Rigathi Gachagua to advance this war so that he can find a reason and a way out of UDA party to go and form his own political party. That's also another possibility. Gachagua might be preparing his way out of UDA. He is discovering that the only way to survive is to have a political party. So you continue fighting. Na siku ingine, Gachagua used Malala to fight Mudavadi. Malala cleverly took his money. And we saw him launching attack on ANC. For how long was that war? Iliisha. We have people who are believing that by the fact that Ruto was handing over the top leadership of UDA party, the secretariat of UDA party to Malala, that means handing the party to Western. So that it can be easy to bring in Mudavadi factor after William Ruto. So there is a serious war between Gachagua and Musalia Mudavadi. So Gachagua is using his allies. That's why you can see Mutahi Kahiga is talking about 600,000 votes they got from Western. Ndio maana anasema ya kwamba Ford Kenya ni chama cha Bungoma. You see, he's reducing Ford Kenya to Bungoma, which is true, though to an extent Trans Nzoia. Then he's not mentioning ANC anywhere. The rest is ODM. Remember, ANC and Ford Kenya has almost same number of members of parliament. Wako na same. Though ANC lost a lot, sababu they ran away from the NASA coalition. Mudavadi gains more when he's with Raila in terms of having numbers of members of parliament, MCS. But when he walks away, he loses. That's why hamtaji mahali anasema Western iko na vyama mbili. Ford Kenya for Bungoma, ODM for the rest. That is Kakamega, Vihiga, Busia. So it's not featuring Mudavadi in any of that areas. But we know Mudavadi is a man there that they know he is an opponent to Rigathi Gachagua. So there's a war here. Gachagua has 2 wars to fight. Number 1, to fight Musalia Mudavadi. Number 2, to face Ruto with the truth. But he has no courage to do so. So the war is continuing. And people will continue to ask for their rightful share. But the fact remains that you can only succeed if you are having your own political party where you can make a move, either naenda Azimio, niko peke yangu, niko kwa Kenya Kwanza. Lakini wewe mwenyewe huna chama na unapiga kelele. Hiyo ni kelele ya chura ambayo haiwezi mzuia ng'ombe kunywa maji. So the war in Kenya Kwanza will continue. Maybe Ruto is happy to see Gachagua out of Kenya Kwanza, and the same way he made him the deputy, he can make another person from Mount Kenya a deputy and continue enjoying his support if there is any.